So, you're getting ready for an amazing experience abroad, right? Well, let's tackle one of the most crucial steps first, the St. Edward's Study Abroad Course Approval Form. This explainer is going to walk you through everything you need to know to make sure all those credits come right back home with you.
You're probably dreaming of places just like this, and that is fantastic. But here's the deal. The real goal is to make sure the incredible learning you do over there actually counts for your degree back here. And this form, it's the key to making that happen.
You know, it really helps to think of this form as more than just paperwork. It's basically your academic passport. Getting your courses pre-approved is the only way to guarantee that your credits will transfer.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with how to plan your courses. Then we'll walk through the form itself, section by section. After that, we'll hit the non-negotiable golden rules. And finally, I'll show you exactly where to get help if you need it.
Okay, let's start with what is honestly the most important part, the prep work. Getting this stuff right before you even touch the form is going to save you a massive amount of time and stress.
The process is pretty simple. First up, and listen, this is critical, you have to meet with your success coach. Second, you'll start digging into courses and hunting down those syllabi. And third, trust me on this, always plan to get more courses approved than you think you'll take. Having backups is a total lifesaver.
All right, so you've got that meeting booked. Now what? What exactly should you be asking to make the most of it?
You want to be asking questions just like these. But look, the goal here isn't to create a perfect final schedule. Nope. What you're really trying to do is figure out your degree's flexibility. You know, which requirements are totally set in stone and where do you have some room to play?
Exactly. That right there is the whole point of that meeting. Your goal isn't to lock in a final schedule, but to understand your options. The more flexibility you can find in your degree plan, the more choices you're going to have abroad.
And hey, here's a little pro tip for you. Some general education requirements are way easier to find abroad than others. You should definitely focus your search on courses that can fulfill global perspectives, exploring artistic works, or social identities. They just tend to pop up a lot more in international programs.
All right, you've done your prep work. Awesome. Now let's actually walk through the electronic form itself, field by field.
So, the form kicks off with the basics, your name, ID number, and email. But hey, pay really close attention here. Make absolutely sure you enter your success coach's email address correctly. A simple typo here can cause some major delays.
Next up, the course details. And this is where being precise is everything. You need to enter the exact course number and the full official course title exactly as it appears on the host university's materials. No shortcuts, no abbreviations.
Okay, this next field, it trips people up all the time. What type of credit are you looking for? You have to tell us exactly what requirement you want this class to fulfill. Is it for your major, your minor, a specific gen ed like exploring artistic works, or is it maybe just a general elective? You gotta be specific.
And here we are, the moment of truth, the syllabus upload. And I gotta be clear here. A short little course description from a catalog is not gonna cut it. You have to upload the complete, detailed syllabus as a PDF so our faculty can actually evaluate it properly.
We've made it through the form. Now let's do a quick, rapid-fire review of the golden rules. These are the absolute non-negotiables you have to remember. Now, this is probably the single most important rule to get. You don't submit one form per course, you submit one form per equivalency. I know it's a subtle difference, but it's a really critical one. Let me show you what I mean with an example. Okay, let's look at an example. Say you find this amazing class on Indigenous art, and you realize, hey, this could totally fulfill my Exploring Artistic Works credit and my Social Identities credit. Well, in that case, you would actually submit two separate forms for that single class, one for each type of credit you're trying to get. Golden rule number 1, and this is a big one. Syllabi must be in English. If the original isn't, it is your responsibility to provide a full translation. You have to submit both the original syllabus and that English translation together.
Golden rule number 2 is super specific. If you plan to take a course to fulfill your ethics requirement, it absolutely must be offered by a philosophy department at your host university. There are no exceptions to that one.
And finally, golden rule number 3. For any credit to transfer, you have to pass your course with a grade of C or better. You'll actually have to check a little box on the form confirming you understand this policy before you can even hit submit. Okay, that covers the entire process and all the most important rules. So, what are your next steps, and where can you go if you still have questions? The Study Abroad office is your #1 resource for any questions, seriously. You can find them in person in Holy Cross Hall, room 403. Shoot them an email at studyabroad@stedsedwards.edu or follow them on social media at studyabroadseu. Don't hesitate to reach out. So there you have it. You now have a complete roadmap for making sure your academic work abroad is a success. The only question left is, where will you decide to go?